Hi guys, welcome to McKola TV. I'm Adam. This is the preview for Manchester United vs Watford, our next game in the Premier League. It's tomorrow, Wednesday, and I cannot wait for the game. Looking forward to see what kind of Manchester United show up. Now, obviously, we've won our last 3 games on the bounce, scoring 11 goals, only conceded 3 in the process, and that obviously culminating in the Arsenal win. On Sunday, Marcus Rashford has grabbed all the headlines with his 4 goals in 2 games. But there has been some good performances all over the park. Schneiderlin and Herrera, although they haven't been perfect, I think they've shown signs that they can build a solid partnership in the middle of the park. Guillermo Varela played fantastically well at right back, in my opinion. And we've had a couple of appearances from the likes of Riley as well at left back, who's came in for the game against Midtjylland. So I've been impressed with the way our youngsters have come in, given the amount of injuries that we have had. Donald Love picked up an injury yesterday, so that's, I think it's 15 or 16 injuries to first team players and squad players that we've got. So it shows the extent of our injury problems at the moment at Manchester United. Our football has been better though in recent weeks, and I think despite the injuries, Louis van Gaal was under pressure, mainly because of the style of play. Results when we've got injuries, you can give or take 1 or 2. Just say you go to Bournemouth with a bag of injuries, a lot of youngsters playing, and you lose. You can take that, but it's what come before it and the style of play that we've been playing that everyone's been frustrated with. That's been a lot better in recent weeks. Against Midtjylland at home, against Shrewsbury away, we looked to win the ball back quicker. We played at a higher tempo, and there was a lot more people going forward. Look at Rashford's second goal against Arsenal. There's 4 or 5 players in the box, and we haven't had that enough throughout the season. So there's obviously been a change in tactics and a change in mentality for the team, and that has obviously benefited us in terms of creating chances and scoring goals. I thought at the back we were a bit shaky against Arsenal, to be expected when playing against a team with players that Arsenal have, and of course playing with players out of position and youngsters in positions as well. We defended heroically, but I mean in terms of in the first half we were getting dragged out of shape a lot as well. So hopefully we'll have Chris Smalling back for this game against Watford. It's touch and go on Anthony Martial as well, I believe, but even if he is in the squad, I wouldn't start him. Marcus Rashford is on fire. He's confident at the moment. We know he's not going to play week in, week out for the rest of the season, but we need to prevent Matteo from picking up another injury. And if we can do that by not forcing him back early doors, it is a big game for us, I think. Yes, obviously, it's a huge game for us. We need to make sure players like Matteo aren't getting injured again. So stick with Rashford. He's confident at the moment. If we need to, we can introduce Matteo from the bench, and then we can see how we get on from there. But we need to play with that same high tempo that we've been playing with, the willingness to win the ball back quickly and the players bursting up the pitch. I think we've benefited from having actual fullbacks at fullback. Rojo picked up an injury against Arsenal, unfortunate to see. Apparently it's not that bad though, so he should be back. But again, same with Marshall. If he's not ready, don't put him back in. Play Riley. He's done well already. So we have that confidence in the youngsters, and that's great to see. I've seen some criticism of Louis van Gaal online in terms of the youngsters, saying he's got lucky with the youngsters and all this and that and the other. And that's coming from the same people who have criticised him for not having a bigger squad. Now, I believe we still needed 1 or 2 more signings in the summer. But the reason Louis van Gaal didn't get a squad of 25, 26 full internationals, all experienced players, was because he wanted to use the youngsters when we get injuries. Now, obviously, no one expected us to get this amount of injuries, and no one expected us to have to play this much youngsters at once. But to say that Louis van Gaal isn't responsible for playing these youngsters is a bit unfair, because that's what he has wanted to do. That's his philosophy. Obviously, he deserves criticism for other things, but people just looking to criticise for no reason, just criticising's sake, is a bit unfair. Let's get behind him. He still is Manchester United manager. Whether he is beyond the end of this season, it remains to be seen. At the moment, I don't think he should be, to be honest, and that still stay the same despite the 3 victories in recent weeks. But get behind him. He is still our manager, and the team need us to be behind them. And getting behind a manager doesn't necessarily mean you agree with everything anyway. It just means, you're supporting your club. Moving on from that, Watford obviously coming into it, they're a decent team in this league, 10th in the table. We struggled at their ground. We fought back to a late victory, Bastian Schweinsteiger forcing an own goal in a 2-1 win. But they will come here confident of causing an upset. The likes of Dini, Igalo, Capoue is fit for them. And they've got ex-Manchester United centre-half Craig Cathcart, who's been playing at the heart of their defence and been playing well. Aurelio Gomez in goal for them. I used to think this guy's a clown, he's not that good, and he's been playing fantastically well for them, showing off his shot-stopping abilities. I do believe, though, we can still get at him. As I've said before, big game for us. Takes on more importance now that we've got the 3 points against Arsenal. We need to continue this run against Watford and West Brom. Obviously, Man City are in action against Liverpool, so if we win this game, there's a potential there for us to go level on points with them, although they will have a game in hand. So it's a vital game for Manchester United. We need to keep the confidence flowing. We need to keep the positivity flowing, and there's no other way to do that other than with a victory against Watford. My prediction for that one is 2-0 to Manchester United, and the team I would pick is David De Gea in goal, Vieira at right back, Smalling, if he's back, at centre-half with Daley Blind. And if Rojo's not fit, I'd play Riley. If Rojo's not fully fit. So I'll put Riley at left-back. Then I'll go with Schneiderlin and Herrera again. Mata in the hole, off Rashford with Lingard and Memphis wide. Let the players play. They've been playing well. They're full of confidence. They're scoring goals. If we need to bring Martial off the bench a little bit later, fair dues, but we don't want to play him and then he gets injured again. Guys, let us know what you think in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to McKola TV. I'll see you later.